What's up guys, I hope that you're doing well. In this video I want to share with you 5 quotes that will help you regain motivation and find more meaning in life. It's a video that's a bit different than the other ones on my channel, but with that said I think that it's still quite valuable and that's why I wanted to share it with you. But just before we get into the video, I just want to give you a massive thank you from the bottom of my heart because I just started on YouTube recently and we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is huge. So if you're watching this, you don't know who I am, my name is Paul Ratsiu and I upload videos every week about my experiences with self-development and motivation. So make sure you subscribe and you like this video and let's get to it. David Goggins is probably the most inspirational person I ever came across of. I first discovered him on the Joe Rogan podcast in March 2018, and I've been following him since. If you don't know who David Goggins is, then he's an ultra marathon runner. He is a retired Navy SEAL, and he also broke the pull-up record by doing 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours. Wow. He's even considered as probably the most mentally toughest person on earth, and I definitely recommend that you read his story because it's really inspirational. So what does this quote mean to me? Well, first of all, I want to say that it sums up pretty much what success is. We always see the final product of a successful person, but we never see the full production process that they had to go through. And what I mean by that is that we applaud, we admire people who are very successful and that made something for themselves, but we don't see all the sweat, the tears, and the hardships that they had to endure to get there. And David Goggins is the epitome of this because he started out in life being beat up by his stepdad, living in poverty with his mom, being bullied in school, and he was very lazy and unproductive. But what's amazing is that he completely flipped his life around because, as I said, now he's an ultra-marathon runner, he won lots of medals, he is a retired Navy SEAL, he did 3 hell weeks to pass the Navy SEAL test. I'm just amazed about what he does. So if you're a young person or even an older person, maybe you're 65 watching this, it's never too late to change the course of your life. Meaning that if you're fat, if you're lazy, if you're unproductive, if you're depressed, you can always change that. It will take lots of work, lots of patience, but it's 1000% possible. And if you don't know where to start, then I would highly suggest that you find someone that you can look up to. So during the lockdown, I read the book Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and the book goes over who Marcus Aurelius was as a Roman emperor, and it talks about his guiding philosophy, which is Stoicism. So just in a few words, Stoicism is the philosophy of the endurance of pain and of hardships without the display of feelings and of complaint. And this quote is really powerful because you realize that you can't control outside events. For example, you can't control whether the economy is going to be good or bad in the next 6 months, or you can't control whether someone loves you or hates you. You can only control things that you have power over. You can control how much you earn, how much you study, or how often you go to the gym. And by taking this perspective, you only have to worry about things that you're in direct control of. I think that Stoicism is linked to personal responsibility because when you focus on things that you have control of, then it is your duty to make sure you perform at your best. And any mistake and any negative feedback is to be blamed only upon you. And so this quote has helped me stress less because too often than not, stress comes from these outside events. But if you focus your energy on things that you're only in control of, then you will relieve a lot of stress. I've heard some people say that they didn't want to talk about an issue with someone because they don't want to hurt their feelings, but you're probably doing more damage than good by not being honest with them. I think that truth is the most important thing that we need to seek, and the reason why I believe that is because you will be aware of everything that's happening around you. If someone lies to you, then it may feel good in the short term because you heard what you wanted to hear, but eventually you will discover the truth and it will crush you, not because the truth hurts, but because you realize that you got played. If you seek truth though, you will certainly be hurt in the short term, but eventually you will be grateful for it in the long run. We try too often to find a bit of pleasure everywhere, and the problem with that is that we are so vulnerable and we let others know that we prefer comfort over truth, which in itself is wrong. If you tell the truth and someone disputes it, well, at least you know with integrity that you did what you thought was right. It was the other person's lack of integrity to receive the information with an open mind and to do something about it that is wrong. That's what people with high integrity need to do also, because people with low integrity will try to discredit those with high integrity. Average people don't like when other people are ahead of them, and so they try to bring down everyone to average. They don't like when others move up the success ladder. I think that lying to yourself and to others is a sure path to misery, because when you're alone in your bed, it's only you against you, and you know the truth, and you shouldn't play around with it. So if you're someone who often cares about what other people think about you, then this may be a good quote to reflect on. Because people will always have an opinion, good or bad, about you, but it's just that. It's just an opinion. You need to be able to distinguish between an opinion and the truth, because nowadays it seems that both are quite intertwined. But an opinion is different than the truth, and the truth is far more important than an opinion. Why is it that some people can take as many punches in their face as possible, but others, when you criticize them once, they get very emotional and stressed? While that person who can take as many punches as possible, well, they give no weight to what people think about them. On the contrary, we often care about what people think about us, and that leads to anxiety because we don't want to disappoint. So one exercise to try is whenever someone talks about you, realize that it's just an opinion, and so what? You need to get in the mindset of so what? You know, if someone criticizes you, so what? If someone admires you, so what? By taking this approach, you give no weight to what other people think about you. And don't get me wrong, some opinions are valuable, and there's good criticism and bad criticism, but you need to distinguish both. And so the bottom line with this quote is to focus on yourself and give no weight to what other people think about you. So yesterday I was out in front of my house scrubbing the fence from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. because we need to repaint it. And while I was doing it, it was really hot, it was long, but I remembered this quote. And the whole meaning of this quote is based around preparation. Schwarzkopf wrote this quote in the context of war, and obviously I'm not at war, I was just painting on a fence, but here's what I think about it. Whatever you do, whether you're participating in a sports championship, a concert, or anything else really, preparation is key. You can't just arrive at an event and expect to win. You need to study, you need to analyze, you need to be aware of all the possibilities so that you can take the best decision possible. And a lot of gurus will tell you that preparation is key, and it really is. Don't get trapped into thinking that you can win something just because you believe you can. That's something that I struggle sometimes with. When I was told that I needed to paint the fence, I thought that I just needed to throw a bit of paint on it and that would be it. But as ignorant as I was, there was a lot of preparation to it. And as a matter of fact, I would say that there's 80% preparation and 20% battle. If I just jumped into war with no preparation, it would be messy. And that's what Schwarzkopf wanted to convey with his message. Those who are the most prepared will win. Is it done? Yeah. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you've made it this far, then let me know in the comments which of these 5 quotes you like most. And with that said, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell. And I'll see you next week. Take care.